Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another video. Few days back or a couple days back, there was a bill introduced called American Tech Worker Act 2021 talking about mainly four things. That's OPD cancellation, H1B making 1 year, removing the H1B program, etc. There's like four main things they talk about it, and a lot of you I know were worried. You messaged me on Instagram, on YouTube and Twitter and all of that, and I know you wanted to know how this is going to impact you. Will this bill even become a thing? What are the chances of this bill even passing and all of that? So in today's immigration session, we asked Rajiv ji, who's our immigration lawyer, to talk about that. And that's what you're gonna hear for the next 10 minutes on what he thinks about the bill, how the bill is designed, what are the four main things, or what does he think if it is going to pass or not pass. If you don't want to watch all of this, I'm gonna tell you it's not gonna pass. But I'll let him explain what he thinks and how this all works and how this impacts or doesn't impact. I hope this does give you some peace and encouragement. And if you have any further question on this topic, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them.
Looking at this bill, one is left with the clear conviction that this is just a cartoonish bill to harvest votes, looking for a cause that has not been shown to exist in the empirical world. So, in other words, it's a baseless piece of nonsense. Okay. Is it ever going to pass? Not till the midterm elections. But let me begin with what you need to know first, which is it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. First of all, it's just signed by a bunch of Republicans, no Democrats on board. And today, at this time, no bill can pass without bipartisan support, to some extent at least. So what does the bill say? It is all of 2 pages with 4 articles only. And the first article says you have to pay H1B at the wage which is higher of the following 2 numbers: 110,000 or what you paid an American worker doing identical or similar work in the past 2 years. So everybody has to be paid 110,000, whatever is more, or what you paid somebody else doing similar work, an American worker, in the last 2 years. Then they want to eliminate optional practical training. Never going to happen. They want to limit the ability of the end clients to contract with third-party companies by dropping down the H1B to 1 year. And lastly, they want to give H1B applications to the highest bidder. How that bidding will work, what will we be bidding against? There are so many different areas. There are so many different jobs. There are so many ways to classify a job. You can't compare the job of a neurosurgeon to the job of a general practitioner. You can't compare the job of a Microsoft Access developer to a Hadoop developer. These are just different grades, and I think it's a ridiculous bill. It has been, in my view, written by somebody who understands technology even less than they understand law. So I didn't think that was even possible. And not only that, and they understand immigration law even less than they understand law. I thought they had lawyers working, I guess, not on the right-hand side. On the left, we have plenty of smart lawyers. On the right, I think they've all quit, gone home in disgust. So these are the 4 provisions. Right now, this is not going to go. It's not even going to make it to the House floor. It's one of those many bills that are proposed every year and they go away after a while. But one thing that's interesting is that one of the anti-immigration entities, organizations that has helped write this bill, again, I'm surprised at the sheer shoddiness of the draft, because I think they had, even the people who are against us had good lawyers working for them, but it's not reflected in this bill. There's very little consideration. And they have actually copied and pasted some of the findings from a report written by a professor who himself says, I'm not sure of all the data, but this needs to be investigated. So if you look at what they have done is what the Republicans did during the election times and after, they have raised innuendo to fact. Just because I think Yudi, I don't know, smokes a hookah, I have now established that he smokes a hookah. Where's the proof? Have you even looked at it? Have you found him? Could you do a video of him doing hookah? No, that's not necessary. Just because we think he did it, does it, so it's a fact. So that's kind
Hmm.
of what the bill is. Don't worry about it. This is going to go away. The only
Yeah.
alarming thing is that this is the extreme thinking. Now, if you look at the bill, it starts by saying, if you look at the name of the bill, the very title of the bill, American Tech Workforce Act of 2021. So it's supposed to be protecting the technology workers. I point out in the article that I have sent in, I said, first of all, the current rate of US unemployment in professional, scientific, and technical services is 2.4%
Yeah.
unemployment.
Right.
4 to 5% is considered to be full employment.
Hmm.
This is even you have employment above full employment right now. Okay. On top of that, we have 11 million open jobs, a record for us.
Hmm. Hmm.
And on top of that, the Fed has actually said that inflation, which is at 6.8%, 40 years high, it is partly because we don't have enough workers. And they've also said workers come from immigration. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the whole bill is absolutely inappropriate. They talk about going after the high technology, big companies, but there's no exception for small business.
Yeah.
There's also no exception for business that's not tech business. So
Right.
therefore, like I said, this is a very poorly thought out bill.
Mm. Yeah.
And I can repeat the word cartoonish. That's what it is. I would be ashamed to put my name to a bill like that.
Yeah. And
That's what that.
and even if this bill, so if let's say they entertain this bill, there are so
Okay,
many more
wait.
stages.
First, the bill has to go to the Judiciary Committee.
Right.
When they stop laughing, they are going to say, hell no. Okay.
Right.
So let's
Yeah.
say they can tack the bill to some other bill somehow. They do stuff like that. And they can get it to the House. In the House, they are in a minority. And most smart Republicans will look at this bill and say, this will destroy our country.
Hmm.
This bill will destroy our country. Okay, I'm not saying H1B program is a perfect program. I'm also not saying that there are not things we can improve about it. But I give this example all the time. Pentagon has not been able to pass an audit in the last 20 years. We are not closing down Army. I've said this before. We're not closing down our Air Force. So obviously we need to correct the problem, not and okay, another thing is, look, I am an American. My loyalty is to America.
Hmm.
If it is found that H1B is indeed not good for our country, it should be taken out. I have no problem with that.
Hmm.
But at least do the study. Have two parties sit down. A non-partisan or a bipartisan commission should sit down, look at the facts, invite data, and then make a recommendation to Congress.
Right.
How do you plan for where is your lead today in the world? Only place you have lead is technology. You
Hmm.
kill technology, you kill our lead in anything. We don't manufacture. Our
Right.
manufacturing jobs have gone overseas to China. They're
Yep.
not coming back real soon. We are not ahead in anything other than technology. I can't think of a single thing. And I'm not an economist by any means. So if somebody knows something better, please correct me. But I don't know anything else that the government that USA leads in. And here you are going after the only thing that we lead in because you want to get back at high tech. And I'll tell you something interesting. The guy who wrote this bill and sponsored this bill, the illiterate who wrote this bill, he, if you click on his website where he says, we are doing this based upon the data that we have, it opens up to a page that talks about censorship of people like Trump who don't belong in public media. And so
Mm.
it's quite obvious they're trying to get back at high tech for censorship. But it's also obvious that they don't really care about the small business either.
Mm.
27 million small businesses are responsible for almost 50% of our gross national product.
Yes. Yeah. True.
Okay. So if you
True.
don't even care about small business, you pretend to care about curbing high tech, you pretend to care about small business, but you have really done nothing to protect small business or other businesses who are not high tech who employ H1B people. So, like I said, this bill is an embarrassment.
Yeah. Okay.